Welcome to Victory Today. In the book of John, chapter 11, verse 28, it says, "The Master has come and called for you." Today, I want to speak to you about the incredible opportunity to connect with God. Listen closely, for I speak with extreme confidence. God will surely speak to you. He is your Creator, the one who created you, with great care and attention. Consider the weight of this truth. Jesus Christ willingly sacrificed his life on the cross for you. Such is your immense value that Son of God laid down his life for you. So you can be sure that God will not forget you. Instead, you will hear his loud voice. Understand that your encounter with God's voice may not be exactly like mine or others. God revealed himself in diverse and extraordinary ways. Let's take the example of Saul, later known as Apostle Paul. As a sinner, he was bathed in radiant celestial light that surpasses the brilliance of the sun. Sometimes God decides to speak in a way that we can hear with our ears, a wish many of us have. God may reveal himself through audible declaration or through. Now consider the story of a barren woman who sought solace in God's sanctuary. Her heart overflowed with anguish as she silently prayed. When the priest Ali saw her, he misunderstood, assuming she is intoxicated. He quickly corrected him, confessing her barrenness and yearning for a child from the Lord. In the desperation, she promised to dedicate her child to God's service if he would grant her blessing of motherhood. Attuned to her pleas, God answered her prayer, and little Samuel was born. This same Samuel, raised in God's presence, experienced the audible voice of God speaking to him alone one night. Stirred up by this divine call, Samuel approached to the sleeping Eli, thinking he had benumbed him. Eli, confused, instructed Samuel to return to bed, but the voice of God proceeded, calling Samuel's name again. This time, the descending priest realized that the Lord was addressing the child. Eli instructed Samuel to respond, saying, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." Trusting in God, the obedient child returned to bed in peace. As Samuel slumbered, God tenderly whispered his name, and the resolute child confidently declared, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." In that sacred moment, God revealed Samuel's future as a prophet, entrusting him with the responsibility of guiding Israel and carrying out his divine will. It became evident to all that this young boy was chosen as God's prophet. However, it's worth nothing that the audible voice of God does not always allay the desire. Killed his own brother Abel. Surprisingly, even after doing such a bad thing, Cain heard the voice of God asking, "Where is your brother Abel?" Coldly, Cain said, "Is it my job to look after my brother?" Sadly, Cain's hard heart did not listen to God's question. He stubbornly did not say sorry and ignored the call from God. With no care, like many others who do not care about their fellow humans, Cain did not feel sorry for what he did. As a result, God said that Cain would run away as a criminal, always marked as a restless runner, looking for safety in the land of Nod, a place that means always being homeless and lonely. Cain's life had no real purpose. Even though he had a place to live, his soul was full of sadness. It's clear that one cannot say no to the voice of God and find inner happiness. This important time where we choose to accept or say no to God's voice decide the way of our. God sometimes talks to us through people who know him well and can share his message. They can be pastors, prophets, singers, or others. They help us understand God better and show us how to follow him. When we listen to them, we are listening to God too. He is showing us who he is right now. Don't think this is just a feeling. It's a real meeting with God. Trust him and let him guide your life. My friend, don't forget this. God is talking to you right now. Give yourself to him and let his holy will lead your every move. Nothing makes you happier or more complete than following the plan that God made for you. God bless you.